Cool. Let's about start. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coinvoice and AC Capital Finance Live. So I'm Vincent from AC Capital. So today we actually have quite a few excellent gaming project teams are with us today. So we have seen that recently there's quite a big booming in the GameFi sector, especially led by projects like Steppen, and so there's actually a lot of hype over there. And we definitely like to see there have been quite a few kind of different like movements, different kind of trends in GameFi. So actually, when we are now in 2022, so we are actually talking about a very, very different kind of GameFi landscape than we did last year. So now please allow me to introduce our guest for today. So we have Vito from Tap Fantasy. Hi, Vito.
Hey there.
Then we have Alex from Gotland. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Vincent, and hello, everyone.
Good to see you here. So we also have Avery from Kyberdyne.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Okay, then we have Marilyn from Macamorphin.
Hello, everyone. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And finally, we have Jeff from XRush. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Nice to be here.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So in today's session, we're going to have two sections. So in the first section, we're going to have everyone to just give a brief introduction about yourself and your team and what your project's actually doing. And yeah, so basically everyone would have 5 to 10 minutes for the introduction. So the second section will be the live questions and Q&A. That's basically the question sessions for everyone. So let's just kick start with the introduction section. Let's start with Vito. Hi, Vito.
Hey guys, my name is Vito, and I'm the operation director of Tap Fantasy. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys, and I'd like to give some brief introductions about our game, like who we are and what we do. So Tap Fantasy's goal is to build the top ACG community on the blockchain, and we have begun developing HTML5 games in 2017. And our previous game was released in 2019, and it was the most popular adventure role-playing game on the Facebook. And it received 2 global features in less than 6 months. And our current new game, Tap Fantasy, it's a free-to-play MMORPG game, which is based on the BSC chain. And we have lots of features of our games, such as play to earn and design to earn. Those features are all well developed, and also like users are allowed to earn shares of the operating income by designing the mini games and utilizing the map editors and etc. and stuff like that. And also we have services such as NFT profile images, wallpapers, character skins, and those things are all free and open for users to design and customize. And just a quick information, because today is actually special for us, because we are launching the open beta test today at 12 p.m. UTC. So yeah, that's it for me, and thank you for inviting. It's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction video, and all the best for the open beta today. And hope you guys have a very successful launch on that. Next, we have Alex from Gotland. Hi, Alex.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, Vincent?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah. Please just give an introduction about your project, Gotland, and your team, please.
Yeah, sure. Okay, let's introduce myself first. and Alex, and advisors of GameFi and Garland, and also the founding partner of the Global Blockchain Partners, which is a blockchain accelerators founded since 2017. And about our project, GameFi is a platform. It is it's a tech-driven platform for the crypto-native games. So we developed our own protocols called Metaverse Gaming Protocols. And based on that, we provide fully decentralized games that can be highly playable and also, the interconnected with each others, so as to build a diverse game universe in Web3 world. And our vision is to build a proto into a cross-chain and cross-IP metaverse for most users. And we are full of independent but also interconnected games, and also so many NFTs from different blockchains. And Gunland is one of the games powered by Metaverse Gaming Protocols. It is a D&D-like strategy RPG with a mix of social-fi and GameFi together to create a different social gaming experience for the users. And for the team perspective, we got a really a strong founding team for the GameFi and Gunland projects. Matthew Martin is one of our co-founders. He's a game industry experienced players, and also the variants in the traditional game industries. He was a former business development director of Blizzard, and ranked number 2 on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in Europe service for 2 months. And we also got Dr. Hugh. He's one of our co-founder. He got here a PhD in big data analysis from France. And he's also experienced blockchain developers and also contributors on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, and Conflux. And he also got the number 1 on Dora Hexon. And Annabella is another co-founder responsible for the marketing side. She's a senior marketing expert in crypto since 2016, and she was former marketing lead of Euler Finance and Bitcoin.com exchange, and she's also the strong supporter of the CryptoKitties. Yeah, and this is the briefly introduction of myself and the project. And thank you very much to be part of these very exciting panels. Yeah, thank you, Vincent.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, it sounds really promising, and you guys definitely have a very solid team, and the project's definitely on the right track. So next we have Avery from Kuiperdan. Hi, Avery.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to CoinVoice live stream. And this is Yuri. I am responsible for marketing and branding, as well as external collaborations within Kuiperdan Game. And prior to join Kuiperdan Game, which I served in crypto for 3 years, and I have great passion with the cryptos and GameFi. With greatest strength of user creativity growth to better leading Kuiperdan's global marketing strategy, community and management, and acquiring venture resources. To talk about Kuiperdan. Kuiperdan is a deck building GameFi project featuring a roguelike strategy mechanism and with unique 3D and next generation blockchain game, has a cyberpunk art style and a story background in a Westland world. And also at the same time, utilizing the exclusive NFT aggregation protocol. Kuiperdan wants to become a true NFT metaverse. All the NFT cards in the game are unique, and the players who join in Kyberdai can use multiple characters to form their own combat team and continuously to take risks and earn income in the world of Kyberdai. Okay, and the Kyberdai development team has more than 15 years of game development experience. Yeah, we have participated in a lot of games before, such as Asians Creed, Dynasty Warriors, and the Torchland, and the Dota 2. So, Kyberdai team hope to create a true Apple-making blockchain free-to-play game with a rich experience and resources. And for recently, Kyberdai start an initial NFT pre-sale on 7 April, and within 75 minutes, there are 2,800 boxes, Mysteria boxes, are sold out in advance. And Kyberdai would like to thank for all the panic buying from users. And the Mysteria boxes can be drawn out in different levels and starts after game officially launch. And furthermore, marketing and promotion activities will be held from Kyberdai. For example, some airdrop activity, users who complete the tasks or the lucky users who are interact on Mysteria Box's website may receive KBT token, yeah, which is our governance token. Yeah. And guys, please stay tuned for the official Twitter of Kyberdai. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Ari. Yeah, so it's actually we are also one of the like VC investors in Kyberdai, and we are definitely glad to see the progress that the KBD team have made in the past months. It's actually very, very exciting and great to see that there's actually more to come in this project. All right, so next we have Marilyn from Mechamorphin. Hi, Marilyn.
Hey, Vincent. Thanks for having me.
Yep. So please just give us a brief introduction about your project and what's going on in the project, what we've been up to recently.
Well, of course. So my project is called Mechamorphing, and it's an action role-playing game. Players they start with like a set of base characters that have unique stats and original resources, and our players come in and they build upon them. You can level up your character in battles. You can also level up your weapons and mechas through synthesis and crafting. And leveling up will allow you to have better stats to beat the enemies in the game. To have better stats to help you beat the enemies in the game and have a higher chance at earning the rewards that drop in these battles. The game is set in a future technological era with cyberpunk as the background, and because resources are slim in this time frame, an international war broke out and players enter the game as members of the Mecha Squad. We also call them the Rogue Ones, and they save the world and maintain world peace. The game itself has both PvP and PvP content that allows players to develop in multiple fields. So everything in the game, whether you create it, discover it, it can help you earn money in the process of playing the game. So our game will start off with 5 game modes for the players to enjoy. We will launch our PvE mode next Tuesday on April 19th. And from there, we will launch a new game mode every month, including 2 PvP modes, which includes land looting and the arena, where you can just come and battle each other. The main vision of our project is to create a metaverse that outlasts us. So we're in it for the long run. This GameFi project is just the beginning. And from here, we will expand into other worlds and collaborate with other projects, and ultimately creating a complete metaverse. And we believe that this GameFi project is the first step to this. So an exciting part of our roadmap down the line is a VR version so players can have a more immersive experience. And the goal is to create a space that's attainable for both crypto enthusiasts and game players alike.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you mentioned that you guys actually going to bring the VR into the gameplay, the experience, which is a great thing. We've seen a few, other projects who are also trying to do that, but basically, it's a very still, a game for very few people. It's still very early, like for bringing VR into the gaming in general, and definitely for crypto gaming. Yeah, we'd love to see how it goes in terms of bringing that part to the gaming.
Yeah, we will start off with our browser version, and the VR version will come align with us down the line, hopefully at the end of this year.
So this is basically like it's a less kind of like a less dependent on the external device, that kind of version for the VR, or
I'm sorry. So the first one will be the browser version, and you can
Mhm.
access it from your phone, your laptop. It'll be more
Okay.
accessible for the average user,
Mhm.
and we're releasing the VR version for a more immersive experience down the line for a different kind of player. So
Got it.
just, we're trying to appease all players across the board. A little
Got it.
something for everybody. Mhm.
Got it. Awesome. All right. Finally, we have a Jeff from XRush. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Vincent.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Cool. Yeah. Just to give us a brief introduction about your project, and because we know that your project is basically like a crypto raising game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, please just introduce your project and tell us what are the key differentiators of your game from
Yep.
other competitors in the market.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Vincent. Hey guys, this is Jeff from XRush. Really happy to be here and talk about the GameFi with other guests. So allow me to introduce myself first. Like I have been working as a marketing manager role in the blockchain industry for over 4 years, and I specialized in marketing, promotion, community management, media, and etc. The project that I used to work covers the field of DeFi, public chain, NFT, and GameFi. So in terms of XRush, XRush is a casual play-to-earn game designed to provide players with a fun gaming experience by raising and shooting in multiple universes. So users can collect their favorite racers and customize racing cars to compete with each other on the leaderboard. XRush is developed by Unity 3D and is also compatible with Web3 wallets such as TP Wallet, Trust Wallet, and etc. We aim to form a great gaming community, letting players not only enjoy the fun of the game, but also be a part of it, contribute, and of course, earn the rewards. We have been working extremely hard on XRush for a long time, and just like Vito at Tab Fantasy said, we are also going to launch our public test at 12 UTC today with huge rewards. So it's a coincidence, yeah. So when after the launch, community members can actually play the game on both iOS and Android. And later, we are also going to do the public IGO on the KuCoin IGO platform. And the last, for the team, most of the team members joined the gaming and the crypto space around 2019. And most have been worked in manager roles or above at well-known organizations like Binance, OKX, and Huobi. We also have a private game team for the to support the game development. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Missy.
Awesome, Jeff. I think one of us, our guest just got cut off, but that's okay. We can now moving to the next session, which is the Q&A session here. So basically, in the session, so we have prepared a couple of questions for every one of you guys. So basically, you guys can take turns, or you guys can, like freely just grab the mic and express your opinions. So our questions are basically very, very open and also very, very relevant to basically what you guys are doing in the crypto gaming. Okay, so our first question here is that there's something that is inevitable when it comes to like crypto, when we're talking about the crypto gaming, right, which is a play to earn mode, right? basically, when it was created by Axie Infinity in first place, and like rapidly gained that popularity through the past couple of years. So this is somehow like have become a like a new paradigm for gaming, right? So we definitely like see this one as like a revolutionary kind of an innovation here, right? But basically, in the past year, we also seen some pretty questionable kind of issues here when it comes to like a play turn and the model. Um, so based on your observation, right? Because definitely you guys are experts in what you guys are doing. Based on your observation, what are the biggest kind of issues you reckon that's currently existing in the play to earn model? So I think this question we can start from Vito.
Yeah, thank you for picking. So, from my point of view, like I think one of the problem is that the community is kind of small, like currently. But I'm not saying like because it's gonna grow. I believe in the future, but it's kind of like a niche market at right now, but it needs some time to grow in the future. And also another problem I see like currently is most of the game, especially the crypto games, the playability of the game itself is kind of low because most of the people they come there just for quick money, and also like they just don't care too much about the game itself because the game is kind of boring for them. Like they won't spend too much time on the game. So once the players realize this problem, they probably just gonna disappear and quit from the project. So I think this is one of the I'd like to say like one of the problems which is really important for us. And also for the devs, I think the economic mode must be well protected so that it won't be easily collapsed. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Alex, how about you? So what is your observation in the kind of the issues in play turn?
Yeah.
Why people kind of like in the market kind of having doubts in this model?
Yeah, sure. I think there's so many problems that the traditional GameFi projects faced, and I think I want to share a little bit. For example, I think the most GameFi project at present is just just a single copy from the Web2 games, from the traditional games. It's just replacing the in-game currencies with tokens, and the characters and equipment with NFTs, and that's it. And in my opinion, I think it makes no sense to just simply move the Web2 games into the Web3 world. It's like the putting a stone age grass house in a modern city of skyscrapers. City peoples would not accept it. And for us, so we wanted to do something different. So we just focusing on crypto native games, and we have enabled more game studios and the individual developers to develop crypto native games more efficiently through our middleware gaming protocols. And so it's like building a skyscrapers in modern city. I think is the right thing to do. And for the second problems, I think Vito is also mentioned is the playability. So because most of the GameFi projects at present is just automatic battles automatic upgrades and get rewards. So they are not playable at all. So which is why almost the players, the users just focusing on revenues. Yeah, but in this case, when the revenue declines, user will gone, and the revenue will decline further. So which lead to we call it the death spiral. So so in order to solve such gameplay problems, actually more teams are refocusing on to copy the Web2 games, so which is really improves the gameplay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because the games themselves are centralized, and there's actually not that difference from traditional games. Yeah, but so in the developer perspective, why aren't they looking for ways to improve gameplay from the perspective of crypto native games? I think because it is very hard. For example, in traditional games, for example, the equipment upgrade system in Monster Hunter, which is a very famous traditional games. Yeah, players collect different materials to synthesize the different equipment. This is a very simple game features in traditional games, yeah, which is increase the game playability by increasing strategies and diversity. However, in crypto native games, the problems is the NFT cannot upgradable on chain. So this problem must to be solved. Yeah. So currently. Almost all GameFi used a centralized service to save the NFT upgrade data. But in my opinion, it's not a crypto native way. So we implemented the on-chain NFT upgrade system using a complete different solutions. So based on our protocols, we provide a new data layer for each NFT that can save the data changes of NFT on the blockchain. So because of our data is recorded, is saved in a smart contract, so it can to realize the on-chain NFT upgrade. So that protocol is open to all developers, providing them a tool to realize complex game features in the crypto native games. So I think based on that, the future crypto native games will have more playable than or maybe near to the traditional games. And one more thing is about the interconnectivity. Because of the GameFi projects are similar to the Web2 games, in my opinion. It's kind of a centralized game game decor. So including the X Infinity, yeah, because of the activities is based on the centralized service. So so based on that, so such games are is kind of isolated with each other's, like the Web2 games as well. So so in the future, I think the future metaverse, the ideal one, must be a diversified world. And in this world, I think every game and applications is opened, should be opened, and should be interconnected. So I think this is one of the most important basic factors of the real metaverse. So to achieving this goal, two things have to be done. First is I think the future GameFi projects need to be the decentralized, need to have a decentralized game architectures. And second, they have to can open to access all data to each others. So so the metaverse gaming protocol enables developers to efficiently develop the decentralized games, while enabling the data sharing between the games. So based on the on-chain upgrade, which is making the future GameFi games, not only independent but also interconnected. Yeah. So I think it is some point of view from my side about the problems of the GameFi product. Yeah. Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you, Alex. That's actually very excellent sharing. I also want to share with you guys some pretty interesting insights. I just learned from professionals in the more traditional kind of gaming industry. So I kind of realized that for a lot of them, for crypto gaming, there are basically two ways, right? The first one is pretty much like you building a semi-centralized kind of game by converting directly from the Web 2 kind of gaming into Web 3 kind of gaming, and you only put the assets on chain. You don't change the game engine. You basically the result of the game would actually being computed in the server. So the other one is just like what Alex just said. That's basically fully deployed on chain kind of a game. I kind of realized that basically for the former, so for the semi-centralized game, to actually make it running, and also for the purpose of like anti-fraud, you really need to keep the game connected online. So basically, effectively making your game always like in a PvP kind of mode to really do the anti-cheating. Otherwise, if you have only the PvE and basically you allow the APK or basically like the client end on only the say like on the mobile, then basically there's always a chance for man in the middle kind of attack. So basically, the cheaters, they would be able to inject the data into the data pack and tell the server that they have won the game. Actually, they probably haven't, right? But they can just do that by telling the servers that they win the game, and in this way they can cheat the servers to really release the rewards. So actually, it's pretty challenging. Think about it. You have to, from a dev's perspective, you have to pay extra kind of a cost to really protect your server and protect the and establishing this kind of a anti-fraud mechanism. That's actually like an extra cost on the shoulder for the devs. But if your game is kind of like deployed in a decentralized way, then effectively your game result will be deployed on chain. So that would actually leave no space for this kind of fraud kind of possibility. But again, it's not perfect. It's not like a super bullet to solve this problem. Like you would still be vulnerable to smart contract level kind of attack. So it's basically, and also you're gonna make a trade-off, because if your game is fully on chain, then it's probably not gonna be like 100% fully on chain. It's going to be a trade-off, being some of the most of the game art materials, they being stored in a centralized way, and only the game mechanism itself, which is the part that determines whether you lose or win, that part will be deployed on chain, because that logic is going to be deployed on chain. And if that's the case, that will cost you gas. So basically, you definitely don't want the players to pay too much gas. Then it means in this kind of architecture, this kind of game wouldn't be able to sustain too complicated kind of a gameplay, at least at this moment. So it's more like a trade-off, sounds to us. Yeah. So this is basically just our insights and
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think this for the GameFi industry, I think there's two ways for now. You just mentioned, one way is going to be more like traditional games, and they have a more playable because the centralized architectures, And but for the safety is I think they will got more challenging. Yeah, especially not in central servers, not in the decentralized smart contracts. It's in between. So the system between that links the centralized service and the smart contract is vulnerable to attacked by the hackers. Yeah, and for the decentralized one, another part, another track, yeah, it is. There are also many problems have to deal with that for at present. Yeah, and also I think as the layer 2 is become more mature, and the TPS and the cost on the transactions on blockchain will be much better. I think the decentralized game would be bumped during the market. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what about the rest of the guys? So, Jeff and Marilyn and Avery, I believe your games are basically more tend to kind of like getting the like focusing on the gameplay in a more traditional sense. So, what are your opinions on this? So about the architecture of the game and how you can make a good balance between the gameplay and also the security in that sense, and basically how is that related to your kind of thoughts when it comes to tokenomics design or play to earn mechanism design.
Yeah, so like from a technical perspective, I think that as the chains get a little bit busier, um, they are kind of unstable and they will affect the latency of the gameplay. Um, and the blockchain mechanisms won't be able to process certain experiences very smoothly. Um, so as of now, it seems like the games won't be able to rely fully on blockchain, as you've said, and that there will be some centralized parts. To kind of battle this in Megamorphing, at least, we've tried to make all the centralized parts as public as possible, make our asset data as open to the public so they can check it out, and so that they can make the best decision for them. As far as safety goes, I think that this is the best bet until we can find um, a better way to do this on the blockchain, like a without resistance, and so that they can have a smoother game experience.
Yep, definitely. How about Jeff? So, anything you would like to share?
Yeah, like centralization is also the problem that I wanted to point out here. I think it's been a problem that confusing for the blockchain for a long time, because we always said this is a trilemma that we can't achieve at the same time, like the security, the scalability, and also decentralization. We can't achieve them at the same time, but we have to do some like trade-offs, like just Vincent said. We are actually focused on the GameFi mobile apps. So we noticed that most of GameFi apps are actually centralized. If you took a look at most apps now on market, most of them actually requires a centralized way for users to register, and only rely on web pages to achieve some like centralized functions. For example, people still need to register with their emails to log in the game. That is no different from traditional games. Like this centralized method will all lead to like problems like user privacy leakage, data loss, and tampering. So in Extract, what we do is like we realize that the interconnect communication between the game apps and the decentralized wallet. So after connecting to our wallet, players they can log into the game through the wallet addresses. But also we make some trade-offs, because we decided to put more like important data on chains, and the less important data off chain. So we for that we can achieve like the faster transaction in game. Yeah, that's my point of view. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Avery, yes, please.
Hi guys. Sorry for the back signal. Yeah, I just back again and listen to your opinions. I think that was very really fantastic. And for our opinion, yeah, we think there is a hot topic of play to earn in GameFi, and however, the biggest problem, yeah, we think is that the quality of the game product cannot support users acquiring, yeah, within GameFi. Yeah, and for us, we think it is clear to see user acquiring long-term projects and sustainable economy models. So the most important is to enable the players to earn profit and drive them to the experience immersive gameplay at the same time within a sustainable economy models. Yeah. And for Cabernet, yeah, for us, the compelling features and the differences of Cabernet team, yeah, we comes from a rich experience background, and our core member are senior game industrial veterans, and we have more than 10 years experience. Yeah, as I just mentioned before, we have large scale game experience, such as Iron, Borderlands 2, Dragon Nest, and Dota 2. Yeah, and our team agrees on giving opportunity to solve the problem of the product from game level and plan a sustainable economy model, including gameplay and the game mechanics and the rules and combat, also as well as physics and the game elements. Yeah, such as level design and the model design. And lastly, uh, the sustainable blockchain economy 3.0, Kubernetes would like to help players to keep earning profit during the exploration and the adventure in the game. Yeah, thank you, Vincent.
For sure, awesome. Yeah, and as you mentioned in the the sustainability of tokenomics, that would actually come to the next question regarding the actual tokenomics design. Well, so basically, like we have seen there are a couple of things people been talking about when it comes to like GameFi, especially when it comes to like the barrier to entry, right? Back in last year, about like a mid last year, so when Axie Infinity was basically at hype, right? And when you had a look at the market, especially in the marketplace for the 3 axes, so basically the bundle cost for each set of the axes, the highest I think they reached and ever reached was about like around like $10,000 a set, something like that. But now it's all down to like less than 1,000, things like that. But basically, back then we kind of like witnessed that such a high cost will actually block new people from entering the game because of the barrier is too high. But what about going the other way around? So we've seen some of the games, they start to have this kind of like a free to play or even free to earn kind of a model, especially like a Season Arena, right? So they have this kind of like a free to earn model. So basically, to start with the game, you don't really need to first purchase any NFTs, and you can even use the like a by default kind of an in-game NFTs or characters to really start playing the game. But it sounds definitely like a very promising kind of model. But in fact, when it comes to like a practice, there are still a lot of problems. So I think a lot of our audience are also very kind of like curious about this kind of model. And what are your opinions on this kind of model, like free to play or even free to earn?
I can speak on that. So do think that free to earn model kind of, free to play model kind of helps regular gamers that are not in the crypto space kind of get a taste at how they can earn and what the mechanics are and how it would work in the GameFi space. So I do think that it is a good tool to kind of transition some potential players into the space. And that there's also a medium ground. Within our game, we have a leasing system. So with the leasing system, players don't have to necessarily buy an NFT up front or everything that they need. They can also just lease for a day or two and see the potential that they can earn. But overall, this should be, I think, a great way to kind of introduce new players to your game without the financial, without putting so much money up front, which is a big stepping stone for people to kind of come into GameFi. They may enjoy games, but they may not want to invest up front because of the risks associated with the general space. So any hesitations, I think free to play is kind of a good stepping stone in that direction.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. And I think this is because by nature, like when a project team they try to make a game, definitely everyone's like profit driven. Like none of them are actually doing it for a charitable kind of. Okay, I'm not saying like there's no one literally like, making games for charitable kind of purposes, but like the majority are actually profit driven. So basically, it will come to a consideration that for this is actually a decision to make for many of the game studios, that whether they should take the approach of Web3 gaming or crypto gaming, or they should simply just take a more traditional kind of way of just listing their games on Steam and just selling their product to the general public. So I kind of like realized, so when I talked to one of the Canadian kind of game studio there, and there's something they said was pretty interesting, I would say. So they said that they definitely like made a lot of them, this kind of IPs. Some of them even pre-made and pre-developed, right, before any of the distributors can actually pay for it or actually getting to hit the market. But they actually like classified this kind of like IPs into different categories. Some of them tier one means that they like there's a very, very high chance, almost a certain kind of a chance that they can really profit from it when they just simply set up IPs into the marketing in a traditional way on Steam or other distributor kind of channels. But there are definitely like this kind of a tier 2 or tier 3, which they are not too sure if they're going to be profitable or not when it goes into the market. So they tend to reserve that to tier 1 kind of IPs for more traditional buy and sell, this kind of like a monetization approach, but rather put the tier 2 and tier 3 kind of IPs, turn them into the more play to earn kind of approach, play to earn kind of projects. Reason being very, very simple, because for play to earn projects, you need to build the community. You need to take steps to actually do something about the marketing, right? And you definitely need to also take care of the tokens and also take care of the NFTs. You need to do the market making even. This is inevitable basically. But for more traditional kind of games, you list it on Steam, someone pay for it, swap the credit card and buy it, and there we go. And they don't have to care anything after that. Probably just, if you do DLC, then they probably pay it again. It's actually fairly simple, fairly, simple and stupid way for them to really monetize it. So they actually have more tendency to really, like still keep doing what they have been doing for ages. That is the simplest way for them to actually monetize the game. So it's inevitable, at least at this stage, that they don't physically feel any tangible kind of benefits over like choosing the Web3 gaming over the more traditional kind of approach. So that's also another issue here when it comes to making the choice of what kind of a play to earn model you have here. Is it like a free to earn or something? Because basically when it comes to like IPs, it's very, very different. So you're talking about like different things. When you have different IPs, you definitely talking towards different kind of audience, right? You have people now we see in the play to earn market is that like more people are actually like a profit driven. I would say like a majority of people are like actually profit driven. Only like a fraction of the players are actually here for the gameplay. I think I'm not too sure if you guys agree with this, but I think at this stage, the main goal for all the gaming projects is to try as hard as possible to increase the ratio of um, play for fun kind of players, rather than gathering as many play for profits kind of players.
We agree that Megamorphing, we actually have split up our game modes for this reason. The PvE is kind of catered more towards players that are there to earn, and it takes away like the skill sets and maybe a little more interaction. And then the other game modes are a little bit more driven towards players that actually want to play the game and enjoy the game. And that's where the PvP modes come in, because it's more skill based or more involved. You're more involved in the community, you're interacting with the other players around you. So this is how we're approaching this issue, but it's also something that you kind of have to bridge eventually. I do agree that currently the space is kind of filled with players that are here to earn, and they are, viable players too. But we want to also attract the players that want to enjoy the game and have a different kind of experience. So the way that we are doing this is to kind of be a little more open with the way we're approaching these players, and to see what actually works along the way. And the only way to do that is to kind of hear out our community and hear what they have to say and what they suggest to better benefit them down the line.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah, Ari, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for the free to play mode, yeah, and the Kyberknight team believe that yeah, it is an inventable chain and of play to earn, yeah, and the concept that user demands is the core value, yeah, what we are think about, and also it is undeniable in traditional games. Um, Users is always the core value. Kyberknight team actually we capture the development trend and the user demands in a very earlier stage. Yeah. And first of all, the paid mode in GameFi will transit to free mode. And we found that the pace of change experienced in traditional game industry also happened in GameFi field, however, at a faster pace. When user scale gets the problem with the supply of products, everyone will find that user is the core elements. Yeah, from our perspective. So, in order to create a true play to earn model, Kyberknight has built a pure free P2E model where users can use the initial cards given by the system for free and to experience the game without any initial investment to earn game revenue token, which is K Gold. Yeah, K Gold is our in-game token in Kyberknight. At the same time, we think players can also use their freely earned K Gold to rent NFTs from other users in the official NFT market and directly use them in game for accelerate their own earnings in capital game. Yeah, and additionally, for the daily benefits, players can also use K-Gold to draw cards directly from in-game and obtain highly upgraded NFT cards. In conclusion, capital game can help users to play to earn game without any initial investment. Yeah, this is most clearly and correctly represents a P2E model. Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you.
That sounds fantastic. Cool. Yeah. So, any other comments on this one?
Vincent, can I say something?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Yeah, okay. And for my opinion, I think free to earn it is a good marketing strategy, in my opinion. Yeah, and but I think there's a very big problems is that if you wanna to for instance first of all for the most team or most companies develop the games, I think that they will want to get earnings from this, or rather than a charity, right? So so if the free to earn can success, I think it should the game itself should be more playable. Yeah, for in the traditional game industry, the the converting the non-paying players to paying players is very normal. Yeah, you can free to play I think almost all games, and you pay for example buying a skin. So this kind of free to earn mechanism is successful in traditional games. Yeah, but this converting is really hard. Changing the non-paying players to playing players is really challenging. So I think we need so many complicated mechanism inside the game to gradually attract players and lock them in, and also we also need some operational procedures to increase that conversion rate. So based on that, I think the free to earn game can be successful. So the game is need to be playable to players, but at present the GameFi I think is really simple. Yeah, so is really challenged to go through this free to pay model in the core place. So we have to solve the gameplay problem first. I think it is linked to that that Vincent just said. The most GameFi projects are more willing to attract players that who wanna play for fun rather than for earn. Yeah, I think it is the same issue. So we have to deal with the playability problems so as to make the free the convert from non-playing players to paying players successful. So and for our project, and actually there's I think there's a game already launched, which is called NFT Fighting Jam. I think it is the first world first cross-chain NFT fighting games. Yeah, and during the game we use the free to earn models, So players who have the specific NFT on different blockchains can participate in the game, yeah, and can play against with other real players, and they will get 3 times per day for free to fight, yeah, and so this is kind of free to earn. And for example, if you have a CryptoPunk on Ethereum, and you can activate Metaverse Heroes on the game in the Binance Smart Chain, so you can play for free for them. And this game is part of our main game, and I think it is more to attract users to join the ecosystem and to make more people understand our cross-chain technology innovations we are doing, and I think it's also a kind of a marketing, and the users are converted into paying users by a leaderboard we developed. This is kind of a game features. So players, if players wanted to get a higher rank, they have to play more. They have to to pay the BNB, the tokens to play after they finish their free tickets. Yeah, so far it's good. Yeah, it's some players are really want to get reward on the from the leaderboard, so they are willing to pay the tokens to play. And but in total, I think it is also still a marketing. Yeah, so we have to deal with that playability problems first, so as to make the free to earn successful as the traditional games. Yeah. Thank you, Vincent.
Awesome. Yeah. That's right. That's basically like for crypto gaming, as we are talking about, like a very different kind of a behavioral approach by different kind of a profile users. So yeah, definitely the approaches, the designs, everything would be very different. So that would come to our final question. So, what is what do you guys see as the next biggest kind of trend in GameFi? Like in terms of gameplay, in terms of the market participants, in terms of tokenomics design or game design, what do you guys see as the next trend? So yeah,
I
Vito,
think,
please.
yeah, thank you. So I think it's like, personally, I think it's gonna be more like socialized stuff, because I was going to answer the previous question for the free to play, but I think this is relevant as well, because for example, like if we take a look at our games, like for the users, the for the free to play users, they also have lots of other features to participate and engage with the games, such as the third party developers and also staff, because it's really important that if a game that there has no free play users, the only result will lead to that, which is the situation such as like pay to win, and this is kind of like unsustainable for the project as well. So we encourage people to participate, and also actually this is good for the economical system as well, because if there's no free to play users in the game, all the users here, they are just concentrating on how to beat each other, and the tokens and also the economic system will just be very fragile. And so we encourage people to be like more socialized. And also I think this is the future as well, because metaverse is the future, and also this is what we do in the future. So we've decided to make lots of features such as world boss, and also the like dungeons, and also 20-man raid in our game, and also lots of like wallpapers and NFT avatars you can design and customize, which allows you to participate in the game and customize by yourself. And because all we do is we're trying to deliver a message to the users from us is like this is not like a short-term investment. So it's kind of like the more time they stick with us, the more profit they will generate. For example, like we have like some proposals such as like certified guilds, because our PvP arena is based on the season, and each season, once the season is finished, the number one guild, the number one club, they can have a collaboration with us based on the NFT skins customized. So from all of these things, you can see like we really support people, support our users and players, and we care about their experience. And especially in the future, we'd like to see the growing and the growth of in terms of socializing about our game.
Yep, awesome. That's pretty. Thanks for awesome sharing. And Jeff, do you have any other comments on this?
Yeah, definitely. I would just like to add a few things here. So Vito mentioned like socialization is a very crucial part to almost every game. I totally agree with that. Like sometimes you play a game for the fun, but sometimes you play it just because you can make friends in the game, and also like socializing in the game. That is to say, like projects need to introduce like in-game item trading and rental systems, or like team fighting system to increase like people can talk with each other, they can make some negotiation with each other. That will make a lot of bond for them with the game. Also, I would like to talk about the last question, like the free-to-play mode. From my own point of view, it's actually a funnel model. Like play for free is an excellent way to raise the awareness for the public, cut the barriers, and let players to know more about your game in the first place. And then like the projects need to get more know the players. Like just like Vincent said, there are like two type of players like in the blockchain industry. We can separate them into short-term players and long-term players. One is asking for short-term benefits, and the other one maybe pay more attention to the game itself. So for projects, we want more players to come to play our games, and we welcome those players, those type of players. But if we want to make the game more sustainability, we have to think a way that to convert those like short-term players into the long-term ones, so that game can be more sustainable. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, because I also believe that's basically for the the new kind of GameFi projects. I think this in terms of the gameplay, it would definitely be closer to the Web2, more traditional kind of games, kind of like a player experience. You would have a way higher playability than the previous GameFi projects in terms of not just the having the entire game like a GameFi kind of DeFi project, but really a gamification, a good kind of like a fun to play kind of a game, but with very good kind of tokenomics design. I think it's kind of like a two different perspectives. So one is that we definitely see a lot of more experienced and more seasoned kind of game industry participants, like many of you guys, actually coming from a more traditional kind of gaming perspective, gaming background. And the second thing is that we are actually involving a lot of more people who are crypto savvy, crypto native, and they are able to design good kind of tokenomics. We are kind of like try to integrate the two together to really make a kind of mixture kind of experience for the players. And yeah, so like you guys said, that what's interesting here is really we are going to face a more complicated, more non-classic kind of user profile picture. User kind of profiles, right? So in terms of like a tokenomics, the design itself is very tricky. It's going to be even more tricky in the future, because tokenomics, in terms of in order to really make it work in the long term, you definitely need some more sophisticated kind of tokenomics design. But game is very different from DeFi. For DeFi, you have a sophisticated kind of investors. They would actually spend that much time to really figure out, okay, what's going on, what's the intertwining kind of relationship between different vaults, different yield, the tools, things like that. But in games, you are talking to players, or you would by default you would treat everyone as your player. So for the players, you need to balance out and try not to make the game too overly complicated. Otherwise, this is a good way to lose your audience. But you definitely need to make sure that your tokenomics really works. So we will see things, definitely like a more interesting things, more like a brilliant kind of ideas coming from traditional gaming, and also coming from more crypto native kind of innovations here in the very foreseeable kind of future. Is there anyone else just want to comment down this topic?
Yeah, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. And first of all, I think I am totally agreed from the Vito. So the social gaming, I think, should be a big trend in the future in GameFi industries, and because the game is really natural social scenarios. So players will have various social needs for the game. They discuss with each other a lot, and such needs, I think, will also in turn make the game better and more prosperous. And for our products, we are trying to in the social way, we are trying to do something different because our games are decentralized. So we built a decentralized social network actually for the players based on our games. So based on the design of the in-game social mechanism and the introduction of invitation incentives, players will spontaneously want their friends to join the game. It's like the referral system, but is totally decentralized. And the metaverse gaming protocols, we developed the protocols which establish their to help the players to create their passport on the blockchain. And it also records the social relationship between them at the same times. Yeah, and because of the game is strong social scenarios, and the interactions in the game is very complicated. So the data of the social relationships and also the behavior in the game are recorded on the blockchain. I think will enable a more accurate portrait for the users. So it may be become the foundation for the building the social network in Web3 world in the future. And I think there's also another ways, another trend it may be happening in the future. for us, we are a crypto native guys, so we believe the future games, the future blockchain games should be decentralized. Yeah, it's not just a single copy from the Math2 games. This is I think there's two ways. Yeah, we just talk about, and we think we wanted to go to the crypto native ways. Yeah, and why is that? Because we think only the decentralized game has, be part of the future of metaverse. Because the ideal metaverse, I think it should be diversified, and in the metaverse, in the ideal metaverse, I think every game and applications should be independent, but also should be interconnected. So they are integrated together to form such a real metaverse. And so this is one trend. I think it could be a big thing. And another, playability. Yeah, is we need playability, right? So aside from the fact that the games are designed in centralized ways can improve the playabilities, yeah, but also the on-chain games, the crypto native games also need that. So we will face a bigger challenge than the first way. So we need more infrastructures to deal with that problems. So that's why we developed the metaverse gaming protocols. Yeah, based on that, we give a new data layers to each NFT, so that can realize the on-chain NFT upgrade, and the protocol is open to all developers, providing them tools to realize the complicated game mechanism design in on-chain games. So make the on-chain games more playable. And yeah, and I think the biggest trend in the future is that I think it should be or some game ecosystem that can beyond a single blockchain ecosystem. Yeah, I think most people think is impossible, right? Because at the moment, every GameFi project, every DeFi, every metaverse is built on a single blockchain. So even is a very giant project. For example, the Decentraland, right? The Decentraland is also based on Ethereum layer 1. So, but in this way, is limit the amount of participations that can across the ecosystem. So, in my opinion, the real metaverse in the future, I think it should be universal, and anyone can join in easily. Just because of this, the metaverse can truly become an innovation affecting the world, like the internet. Yeah, so many users use it. I think it's important that we can get many people involved as possible, right? So therefore, I believe that the metaverse, the future metaverse, the users maybe not care about which blockchain the metaverse is established on, but just only pay attention to the metaverse itself. So based on these assumptions, the metaverse gaming protocols we developed just want to build a cross-chain mechanism. It's not only allows different NFT from different blockchains to enter the ecosystem to be part of it, but also allows a game to be deployed on multiple blockchains at the same time, rather than just simply copy the same game onto another blockchain. Yeah, instead different game models within the game can be placed on different blockchains, such as, you can fight about that drops rare materials that can only played on Polygon. And at the same time, you can play the PvP battle on the Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, I think it sounds like impossible. Yeah, but we are working on it, and there's something we did to it. And for the traditional games, there are many servers. You got the North American servers, you got the Chinese servers to make players in each locations can join the game easily. Yeah, and I think the game powered by Middleware's gaming protocols, we will got Ethereum servers, we will got Binance Smart Chain servers, we will got Avalanche servers, but more importantly, these servers are all connected. Yeah, it's totally different with the servers on traditional games. Yeah, this sounds impossible, but I would like to emphasize that it is not the concept. Yeah, the NFT cross-chain bridge and the NFT on-chain upgrade based on the Metaverse gaming protocols already work right now. In the NFT Fighting Jam, which is one of our games that already launched, and NFT on Ethereum, on Avalanche, and Polygon can already play the games on Binance Smart Chain. We will be launching the season 2 of this game tomorrow, and if you are interested, you can search the Godland on Twitter for more information about our games. And welcome all guys to join, to be part of the game, to be part of the actually something different. It's not kind of GameFi. We wanted to build something different. Yeah, we wanted to change a little bit about the concept about the GameFi for most users. Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Vincent.
Thank you for sharing, Alex, and hope all the best to your project, and definitely all the best to everyone's project here. And this will come to the end of this session. And thank you guys for attending, and also thank the audience for spending the 1.5 hour with us. So be sure to subscribe to our channel on Binance Lab, and also you are able to find this broadcasting on YouTube. Yeah, so again, thank you guys for being here with us, and have a nice day. Have the rest of a good time for the rest of the day. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.